Hey guys, it is Kelsey and welcome to the Daily Kelsey Show today. I'm here with my good friend Luka Hocevar and we're going to have an amazing conversation, so thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Excited. I'm Luka, owner of Vigor Ground Fitness and Performance, and Kelsey's a very good friend.
Yeah, that's true. So Luka, we're obviously good friends and we collaborate a lot together, and I'm so excited to talk with you today because you have such a unique story in itself, but also just the way that you live your life is so different from everyone else out there. And one of the things that really sticks out for me and why you are successful and why people are drawn to you is because of your love for learning and your continual curiosity, and you're always interested in other people and new ideas. And that's something that just has always been very fascinating to me. So I'm excited to dig into who you are, what has made you this way, what has caused you to just have a love for learning.
To unpack this thing.
Yes,
to unpack
this thing
it.
of Luka.
Ooh, all right, this is gonna be long. No, psych. So I think that, and kind of what we touched on a little bit earlier, is that in school I was like, if I go back and you ask my parents and the teachers, they're like, oh my God, that kid was just horrible. I was always in trouble, There's stuff that I'd like, so I do, so people can kind of get behind that. If you love something, you're like, oh, I want to learn more about it, right? I kind of attach to basketball a lot, and like you obviously we have that in common as well. Yep. I liked basketball when I started playing it, but I was always, essentially I sucked, I wasn't that great. I was short. I didn't get picked. It was like almost like, there's 10 players, like you're the 10th guy. And so I had a chip on my shoulder. It was like I was angry. I was insecure. I really wanted to prove myself. And so I practiced with I'm gonna show them, kind of thing. And that's been kind of a theme of my life when I was younger, is I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. And so I took that kind of anger and put it into motivation. And that motivation turned into learning. What started happening is that, I built my confidence through training and getting better. But also I think that underlyingly you start understanding this whole thing that learning works, right? That learning works.
You obviously eventually chose things that were very healthy and things that allowed you to become a better person, to become a better coach, all of those things. But it seems like there was a point in time where you were maybe seeking validation or trying to do other things to kind of fill that confidence gap. Can you talk about that a little bit?
For me, I know that a big thing was significance. If somebody pulls out a gun, and points it at somebody, it's not strength, right? I feel powerful, but really it's a huge insecurity, and I actually still was very, very insecure in many ways, and trying to feel that gap of, hey, look, I make money, hey, look, somebody's afraid of me, right? All the wrong reasons. What Vigor Ground is today is the exact opposite of that, meaning it's belonging, but to really, really, really support all the good things in your life. Vigor Ground was hey, this is the place, the ground where we develop those things, your personal power, your energy, your physical and mental growth. I would even say, emotional as well, right?
And that's why I think it's really cool how you have both of these experiences where you've been in the places and around the people and the decisions that weren't a healthy environment, but you were able to create that awareness, consciously choose that wasn't the right option, even if it was a progression and it wasn't just a 180. I think that so many people go through that, where it's they know this isn't the right thing, but I need to figure out what the right thing looks like for me. And it's just amazing to me that you had all of those experiences and were nope, that's not going to be for me anymore. And here's all the different ways that I can better my life because of that.
And I would say, so if any person can take one thing away from change, I think, is change your environment. We choose our environments and we shape our environments, and our environments shape us. But you have to look at environment as everything, right? Where you eat, where you sleep, who you're around, what do you read, what do you listen to, all of those are environment. Neuroscience has shown that basically everything we hear, and the people we surround ourselves, and they become a part of us. They shape our brain. If you think about the bigger picture of a book, for instance, right? So if Kelsey wrote a book and it's all your experiences, your knowledge about change and nutrition and habits and fitness and how to transform your life, right? And you put it in a book. Maybe this is my pitch for you too also. Write the book, 2020. And I buy that book, and the book's $15. I'm going to get all of this wisdom from your experiences and your knowledge in, decades of your life, right? I mean, tell me, how is that not the greatest investment of all time, right?
Yeah.
In any person that I call it collecting role models. At a certain point in time, when I really kind of got it, I was like, what type of human being do I want to be? And you think about how really small these investments are to get that much from them, right? Because
from the expert.
Yeah. I know you work with a lot of people and you hear a lot of people out. And do you get people that get inside of their own head a lot as far as their past?
So many people go through this where it's like, this happened in my past, or this is my personality type, or I took this online test and it told me that I'm a number 2 or number 6. And so this is the framework of my life going forward and who I am. And so it's hard to change, or even a willingness to learn new things gets held back or stunted because they feel that that's the way that they are and nothing can ever change. But something that you were talking about earlier that I thought was so interesting is the brain and how words and environment, and you can make new neural connections based on the things that you choose to learn and work on and grow doing. And if we were willing to understand, yes, we can work through if something traumatic happened in our past, or there are certain elements of our personality that are, more common than others. That's fine to work on those things, but also we can create new connections. We can learn new things and not be held back in that, and allow that to hold us back from change.
I can't remember who shared this with me. I think it might have been Dax Moore, a mentor of mine back in the day. And he said, I'm going to tell you the formula for self-esteem, right? And he said, here's what happens. Like, if you make a promise, not me to you, but to myself, I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk, right? And I get up and I press the snooze button and snooze, I'll do it tomorrow, right? So what I just did, I put a debit in my self-esteem bank account, right? I said I'm going to do something and I didn't do it.
Yep.
Debit, right? Now, every time I do something I said I was going to do, I put a credit in my self-esteem bank account. What happens is that people say that they'll do stuff and they don't, and they keep kind of accumulating debt in self-esteem to a point where they're bankrupt from self-esteem. And then the things they say, they don't even believe themselves anymore. I used to have that. I really did, and I built up enough credits that now if somebody said, hey, Luka, you suck, you're ugly, I have enough self-esteem to be like, no, I'm not. Actually, I'm not,
Definitely.
right? Like, I believe in myself. And how did I change that? And how do I believe in just based on, like I said, science, how can you change that? Is that most people take on too big of a chunk. They go, you think about, like, right now, it's like New Year's resolution, right? We're in January, somebody just went through the year, they put on weight, they're like, you know what? Damn it, this is it. 2020 is it, right? And they go, I'm gonna go on a meal plan. I'm gonna work 6 days a week. I'm gonna do hot yoga. I'm gonna go for, like, it's all this stuff,
things,
right? And maybe for a couple of weeks, they can do it. But it just becomes so much, so much, so fast that they fall off. Then they feel bad. Remember, self-esteem bank account is broken, right? And then it's like, oh, see, I knew I couldn't do it. This is too hard. I can't do it. Genetics, this, that, the other, right? You can change your body in 12 weeks, right? You can change your life in 12 months,
Absolutely.
And you really can. But the thing is, it compounded, right? It's just like financially, you understand compound investment, right? A penny every day doubled. It's that little drill.
Yeah.
Would you rather have $4 million or a penny that doubles every day for 30 days? Penny that doubles every day for 30 days ends up being like over 10 million, right? But at the beginning, day 2, it's 2 pennies, and it's 4, and it's 8, and you're like, ugh.
It takes time.
Give me the 4 mil, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is like, as you keep building those, maybe at the beginning by week 4, 5, 6, you're not shredded to pieces, and you can deadlift 400. But you
have more confidence.
But you have more confidence.
You have more credit. You have
Yes.
more ability to see, wow, I am doing something great for myself and I am improving. And when we take those small things over time and really celebrate all those little things, it makes a huge difference. It's like when you just lay out your clothes for a week, that's a win. And you're doing an amazing thing. And those little things over time change your thoughts, change your actions, and change your life. And it's like, no matter who you are, no matter what has happened in your life, if you say, I believe that I can make a change, and put those small things in place, just starting to learn new things and being like, I'm not there right now, but maybe someday I could be there. You're not stuck into this box of who you were or who you currently believe you are. When you change your environment, when you make those small incremental changes, they add up over time, and you get to add so much to your life and become a new version of yourself that is so much farther beyond than you ever could have imagined.
Absolutely. I would even say for people that it's difficult to believe, I'll say suspend the disbelief, right? Don't even believe, just suspend disbelief for a while, because disbelief drives you into that, negative direction, right? How do I learn things, but then do them? And the most important part, so if you're watching this and something resonated with you, it could be anything, something that Kelsey said that popped up and you're like, oh man, like I feel it, and I feel it. Write it down, and then what are you going to do? And so when you feel it, like do it, like actually do something right now. Now you might have heard 72 things. Just do that one thing. That's it. The thing that pops up for you, like do that one thing. Content and things like this are only as good as the action that you take on them. You'll start buying into that and start doing it more often. And that's how change happens.
And you do that so well. You take in information, you're open to learning new things, and then you do put it into action. And that shows in your life and how you run your businesses and how you are as a coach and as a friend and all of those areas. And when you start with those small incremental things, it does add up over time.
It does add up over time. Small things, gain momentum by doing something. And if we did that, I'll be happy. Yeah. This will be fantastic.
Definitely.
Awesome.
So Luka, thank you so much for this conversation today.
Awesome.
I always love hanging out with you and learning from you, and it was just awesome. So where can people find you on the internet or in life? In life, you can find me. I'm the owner of Vigor Ground Fitness and Performance in Renton, Washington. And so the site for that is at vigorgroundfitness.com. Instagram, which is at Luka Hocevar. Same thing on YouTube. And Vigor Ground Fitness and Performance on Facebook. I mean, you are a master coach and have so many amazing ideas for exercises, mobility, everything. And just like we've been talking about, just your love of learning in general, you have so many different areas where, like, I trust you so much with if I'm having an ache or a pain or business ideas or things like that, where people should go follow you because you are just a wealth of knowledge in all of the things.
Thank you so much. You're making me blush right now. I'm an obsessive, geeky person, and I try to share all of these things that I learn and that I do in the real world. I think that's important. Yeah. The things that I learn and that actually work in the real world, working with real clients. And that's kind of the only thing I put out. So,
well, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. And I want to know, what is one thing that stood out to you? What is one thing that you learned from this experience, this conversation about love of learning and being able to apply that in your own life? I want to hear what you have gained from this conversation in general and how you can apply it to your own life. And don't forget to like this video if you liked it, leave us a comment, let us know, share this video with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe. Press the little bell so you get notified when I drop new videos because you don't want to miss a single thing. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining today. We'll see you soon.